You probably already know it's time for back to school. And that means two things. Many parents get their lives back. And for many youngsters, that means back to the regimen that includes homework.
And oh, they love the homework. Not only do kids say, no, don't give me homework. It's hard for parents too. Our parenting expert, Dr. Sheryl Ziegler, is joining us now for this conversation. So what is it about homework that all of us just groan when we say, do you have homework? Yes.
I know. Well, it is exhausting being at school all day long. Then you come home, maybe you have a sport or an activity, then you have to eat, then it's time for homework. It makes for a really long day. So in all fairness, I am not a huge fan of homework. But I will say that it's interesting. There's a poll where 60% of respondents who were parents said that they can't even help with homework.
Oh, yeah.
They can't even do it. So whether it's they don't have
math.
time.
Don't make me do math, Tom Green.
I cap out.
7 days a week.
I mean,
yes, it's different curriculums, it's different ways of learning math. It's just, they might be more advanced.
But in the family dynamic, you talk about the parents not being able to help.
Yes.
I think a lot of kids somewhat enjoy school for its social life, but homework does bring with it drudgery.
Yes.
So is there something you can do culturally at home to make it more tolerable, make it more, I guess, easier for everyone?
Yeah, there's things you can do. There's definitely creating the routine is really important. So that means that, do they know where they do the homework, what time they do the homework, for how long, do they get to take breaks, do they eat before? So that's part of a routine. So we know that that really helps.
Routine's good.
Routine is good. Some kids go in the room and they have a desk, and that works great for them. Some will do that and then they'll be on a phone and they'll just get, lost. So you've got to know your own kid. For us, it's mostly at the kitchen island. I think I have to watch them.
That's in sight.
Yes, exactly. And lots of talking going on. But not everybody's like that. So that's one thing, is routine. But the other part of it also is, when do you do this and when do you put limits? So some kids really do have 2-3 hours of homework a night. There are some schools that give a lot of homework, or they're older in high school. So does your kid do better with 30 minutes? Okay, you remind them, take a break, set an alarm. So I think it's also planning that time out, and maybe even for the schools that'll allow you, look at the whole week and then figure out when you can do these things. So I think if you're a kid, if you know your kid struggles, really come up with a plan, like this is the week, because nobody's stressed yet. It's probably a little bit lighter right now. Come up with the plan now. That's really the key, is the plan and the routine.
Yeah, and it is hard, because some kids really are those type A. They get stressed out about it, especially if it's a weekend, and all of a sudden they put it off and they're freaking out at the end of the minute. So it's a schedule, a routine, but also maybe even, do you encourage study buddies or friends? Because doing it together with somebody else?
I think that depends on your child,
right?
Okay. So that's one of those, I will say there's times where I'm listening, I'm thinking, wow, this is going great, because they'll FaceTime and they'll do it together.
Yeah.
But I also think that some kids can handle that and they'll start doing something else. So I think when it comes down to homework, and even among your own kids, you might have a different plan for each kid. But I think study buddies in person tend to work a little bit better. When they're on video, I think it's just very easy to detour and be like, oh, do you want to start playing Roblox? And before you know it, you're doing something else.
But every kid's different. Some stress about it, like, I need to get an A.
Right.
I need to get an A. I need to get an A. And others stress about it, like, how am I going to get out of this?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Like,
they do the bare minimum.
I do not want to do this. And then, you have some teachers who also start the year by saying, we're going to read the Iliad and the Odyssey.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Nah, don't do that to us right out of the gate. So, I imagine it's hard to customize this, because you also talk about you have 3 kids.
Yep.
Some people have an only child, and the dynamic is different in every house.
It really is. And I think that's why the best piece of advice is to say, your kid, collaborate with them, right? So don't think you're going to just come up with an idea and say, this is what we're going to do this year. Hey, let's reflect. Last year, here's what worked, here's what didn't. What do you think? We're in a different year. We're maybe in a different school. And so engage your child in the plan. And I think that also, pretty much with almost anything, always goes better. Engage them, ask them what their opinions are, then come up with a plan together. This is the week to do it.
This is the week before things get cooking.
Yes.
Get it going. Dr. Sheryl Ziegler, good to see you.